NorCal. 209 King of Comedy. It's Rick without the K. James presents, in my opinion, podcast.
All right, you guys. Next topic. I waited a few topics to get into it.
Okay.
And then I've got to ask it this way, too. It's going to be top 5. When we were talking about it, she goes, maybe you should do top 5 with one female, right? I said, okay, we'll do that. But do we... So my question to you, before we get into the top 5, do we do a Mount Rushmore and then top 5, or we just do top 5?
That scares
Because
me.
they feel...
just so
people
many.
are like... I've heard this argument, like, oh, well, you got to do Mount Rushmore, and that's Jay-Z, Pac, Biggie, and then you get to
That's
pick.
the Mount Rushmore?
Right.
Jay-Z, Pac, Biggie,
Right.
and who else?
So-
Yeah,
Four
see,
on Mount
I
Rushmore.
have an
Right,
issue
yeah,
with
yeah.
that because you get kind of commercial.
So, okay, let's just keep it a top 5,
You're-
one female,
I feel
right?
like everybody's
So,
top 5 or Rushmore is subjective, you know?
It's
I'm
like
gonna go with
food.
I'm gonna go with Pac, right?
Okay. Top
And
5.
I don't even think
Okay.
to me I pick Pac because of his work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people he was in the game 5 years maybe,
Yeah.
and he recorded 15 years of fucking music.
Right.
Like that, just to do that much work, you got to give someone credit. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna put Biggie in that list, and only because I said on an episode before about Chris Rock talks about Biggie. He goes, that's like saying Bo Jackson is the greatest football player,
yeah.
because
That's
you don't
a
have
great
enough
analogy.
work to say. So.
What he
he
did
might
was
have been great
spectacular.
while he was there.
Yeah.
But
Prolific, good
you don't have the
shit.
longevity.
That's a
right?
great analogy.
So
Chris
I'm
Rock
gonna
came up
say
with that?
if you're gonna put Biggie, you better put Big Pun,
I got neither.
because Big Pun
got
lyrically I think would have slapped the shit out of Biggie.
Okay.
All right, I know people don't want to hear that, but
Right.
two albums, right?
Right.
So I want to say, and I would have probably bumped both of Big Pun's albums more than I would have bumped Biggie.
Right.
Jay-Z obviously goes in there just for being the longevity, being Jay-Z. Like, come on, billionaire.
Not
For
writing down
female?
any of his raps.
For female, I guess I'm a Foxy Brown person, but I'm also old school, so for me it's up in the air. Foxy Brown and MC Lyte, right?
Right.
What, you were waiting for me to say Queen Latifah?
No. I was waiting for you to say light because you know how much I like her.
Either one of those women interchangeable for
Yeah.
me. Who else? I get.
Is that 5?
I've got.
Because it has to be 4. It has to be at least
Oh,
one female,
Nas,
right? That's what you said?
Nas to me. Fuck.
Yeah.
Nas. Well, how the fuck could I forget Nas? To me, Nas just... I was thinking about it earlier today, bumping Nas as I went to the store, where I was like, just the storytelling Nas has done, the
Yeah.
fact that he's been able to rap a song backwards and
Yeah.
shit, the
Creativity.
the battle between him, the epic battle between him and Jay-Z.
Ether.
Ether's just...
Incredible.
Yeah, you can't fuck with it. So I guess I named more than 5. So
Yeah.
we'll stop it there. So who wants to go first?
Go ahead.
Lady
Okay.
first.
I basically.
What do your notes say?
So thanks.
We heard all the Ricks already.
Because if I drink too much, I forget shit. I basically went off of stuff that I would still listen to now. Because if I'm not listening to you now, obviously you're not that good, right?
Right.
Right?
Right.
I mean, honestly. So I do have Light because Cha 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 is my shit. I still know every single word to that. But I also went Trina. And I know she's not East Coast, but, you know, I love dirty-ass Trina. She's my girl.
The honesty.
That was her thought days
Right?
and shit,
Yes,
right?
I did play the song for Drew that I love
Yeah.
by her. So I also went Mostaf because you know how much I love him.
Yeah.
Really good one.
Yeah, he is. Love him. He's also same exact birthday as my husband. So, you know, that's also. Busta Rhymes.
That's a good one.
Busta,
I've been listening
yeah.
to him since Leaders of the New School.
Yeah.
So always had to hear him. I do have a super oldie, which is Big Daddy Kane.
Nice.
Love Big Daddy Kane because he's actually gone and gone and gone. R.A. the Rugged Man.
That's a
friend
good
actually
one.
just turned me on to him. And
Oh, yeah.
oh my God.
You're going to find a lot of stuff to like
For
with
a
that.
white boy from New York, like, oh my God.
He's a rugged man.
Like, you got to listen to him.
Oh,
If
I
you
guess I
heard
got
him,
Never heard of him?
Uh-uh.
Check him out, bro.
My friend so I just met a dude from New York who turned me on to him. Like, he's like, whoa. I do have, so I went over 5. I got LL because honestly, we know he's been out since the 80s and he's gone through everything. He's gone through the Run DMC rap. He's gone through the sexy woman rap. Like, he's gone through everything.
I'm waiting to hear why you picked him now.
LL?
Yeah, because you said it before we got on camera. And not once did you say you picked LL.
Oh, why you
She
picked
picked
who you
LL because her husband said no. So she's being the wife here. I'm like, fuck you. I like LL even more now. So
Doug's like, I didn't say shit, man. Why you throw me under the bus? You throw me under the bus, man.
Like, yes, I love LL. Okay, so it started with the very first one.
and he killed Cannabis's career.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Cannabis
He
was
did fuck
nice.
him up, yeah.
That does
Whether
Cannabis
you
was
give
hard,
him
yeah.
fucking credit or not, Cannabis was nice.
Let's see. So I did add Keith Murray because I love him.
Really?
Yeah, and Redman and Method Man, like I love them too. So I went way over 5. Like I
You
said,
guys-
there's too damn many.
You guys like the top 14 and like 4 honorable
Here's
mentions.
the Norte list.
But you know, all these girls are into the gray sweatpants right now. Sorry, LL started with the red sweatpants.
Oh,
You know.
nice.
I'm just at that.
There's
age.
been dick prints in these streets.
Fuck yeah.
It's been going on. And also, what kind of underwear are these men wearing? God damn it! Like, do you have any fucking security in there? Are you even wearing any drawers? That's what's going on.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a new style. Just walk around with no drawers.
Yeah.
Some
You gotta
fucking
leave
thin ass Costco sweats.
Yeah, and pee stains on your sweats.
Jesus Christ.
Christ.
Dick print is better than the dick stain, I guess.
All right, Rudy.
All right.
Who you got?
So look, this I read the question as top 5 MCs, and you must include a woman.
Yes.
So what I'm gonna give you is my top 4 MCs, and then a woman,
Okay.
because I don't have a woman in my top 5.
Oh,
And I
okay.
thought it was a little unfair to ask me to basically like disregard MC-ness, what it is to be an MC, by forcing me to put a woman in there. I wanted to tell you that because that's how.
Whatever.
No, it's true. It's true. Like you're not because a woman can't be a true MC. I just thought it was unfair for the question to be top 5 MCs. MC could be man or woman. We all have the ability to spit.
Yeah.
And you're asking me my top 5, but then you're also forcing me to put a woman in there. No disrespect to the lady MCs at all. I'm just saying, you asked me my top 5 MCs and forced me to put a woman in there. So I got to give you my top 4 MCs
Okay. And
that
then
I
a
chose from a pool of men and women, and then a female MC.
That's how I'm
that's
going to
what-
title this clip.
Yeah,
I hope you know.
okay.
So
So my top 4 MCs, and I'll give you my reasons why. My top 4 MCs, number 1, no particular order. Number 1, Tech 9.
Really?
Tech 9 is powerful. And
Really?
and most rappers that really appreciate spitting and making the shit sound good and making it sound vibrant and just having like a certain type of energy, Tech 9 can literally rap about anything. And any topic you want, he probably has a verse about that, you know? And he's considered like your favorite rapper's favorite rapper type of guy. Like, you know how there's comics amongst comics where you look at a comic, you be like, no, that's a comic right there.
yeah.
That's the rapper right there, bro. Like Tech 9 is a spitter. He's an MC, so he's definitely in my top 4. Number 2, I would put Method Man. We were talking about Method Man earlier because the eloquence, the classic New York style. He's got a classic New York sound, yet he's still able to be distinct. You feel me? Like that's a real talent. That's crazy balance. That's back and forth. And then on top of that, you know, his wordplay is just crazy. And you know, the fact that he's part of the Wu-Tang Clan, I mean, that's kind of like a nod to the entire Wu-Tang by just having him in my top 4. After that, I gotta say Pac, because Pac is the one that really like his emotions and his music is what really pulled me into the world of hip hop. Like I was a little bit in. But then when Pac came in and really like showed the world what he was about, and that passion, that work ethic that you're talking about, that vulnerability that he showed in a lot of his work, that I think there was a lot of vulnerability there, man. And on top of that, yeah, he was imperfect. And honestly, bro, like as I get older, I can relate more with that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's been times where I tried to be a people pleaser, trying to do too much. And then the shit that I end up doing ends up being my own demise. That's an imperfect person. You feel me? So, you know, and I love the fact that he died young, because that just kind of elevates his greatness, because like he did all that shit by the time he was 25, bro. And like you said, he was really only in the game for like 7 years.
Yeah.
And he did like 15, twice as many years worth of work, you know? So Tupac to me is like, is the spirit that I fell in love with when it came to hip hop. And then number 4, I'd have to say, I struggled with this one a lot because I had so many names that, I had like 2 or 3 different names that I want to throw in there. But number 4, I would have to say E40.
What?
Yeah, E40.
What?
You ain't get
Listen.
that from me and Drew.
Listen.
yeah.
Let me explain something. The reason I put E40
I'm not
in
even
there,
sure if I should keep running the camera right now.
No. The reason I put E40 in there, and I know it's not. I know you guys don't think he's in the same vein as the other 3 that I mentioned. But if you really examine what hip hop has turned into over the last 20 years, there's a direct lineage to the shit that E40 was doing 30 years ago. And everybody knows about the slang, but it's also about like the type of music he was making. He opened up like a world of like what they call in the Bay Area like mob music. He turned the entire South onto that. And the South right now, they've been running shit for like the last 10 years. Everybody says that everybody's copying the South style. Well, the truth is that style came from E40. E40 is the one who created this player pimperific, like everybody loves that shit. Even if here's the thing, even if you don't think that there's a bunch of E40s out there, watch what they do. Just like the pimp mentality, like the player mentality, the independent hustle. He's the king of the independent hustle. Like that whole shit, like do it on your own. All these rappers trying to get independent labels, at the end of the day, they're all trying to be like E40. He's got a direct lineage to that. So that's why I put him in my top 4 MCs of all time, He's a guy that I still listen to this day. And the female comic is Lauryn Hill. Because she's the only female comic that I heard, with the MC Light being a close second. But Lauryn Hill is the only female comic damn, Freudian slip like a motherfucker. Female rapper,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
No.
Only female rapper that I've heard that said something that really compelled me. When I heard her on The Score,
I could see that.
she was fucking incredible. She was rapping circles around Wyclef and Pras, not even close.
Oh,
She
those
was
two can't rap,
she was
but-
the ultimate star on The
Don't
Score.
let her sing.
Huh?
Then
And then when you
sing.
hear her sing, you're like,
Yeah.
this woman is the ultimate package.
Yeah.
To me, she was. I have Lauryn Hill in very, very, very high regard. Fuck MCs, just like figures in hip
Just
hop.
a musician.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So I
You know
hold
what?
her in the highest regard. So that's, to me, she's my female rapper in this.
No, that's a good pick. That was a good pick.
I know you guys didn't like the E40 one, man.
Well,
But there's a
'cause
direct,
I'm not a
direct
big,
lineage to E40.
and believe me, I want E40 to be on the podcast. So no disrespect there. We can talk about.
He's a Giants fan. I love him for that.
But I'm just not a big E40 fan. Besides the sprinkle, my bike.
No, you
right?
know what?
So-
I will admit this though. As a Bay Area dude, one thing that Bay Area dudes do too much is like we ride our own dick. Like we love our shit. So you can never tell a Bay Area dude that E40 ain't dope as fuck, 'cause we're always gonna defend him. So I might be a little biased on that, but I do really, if you really take a look back and you see like the whole style that people have picked with the pimperific, that's straight from E40. And the mob music has directed the fucking Southern music so deeply, so.
And then I forgot. I want to come back to myself.
Because we always do. It always comes back to Rick.
Because I got sidetracked with the whole Biggie and Big Pun bullshit. So I would have never really picked either one of them on my top 5. I was just making the argument, like, if you're going to pick Biggie, you got to put Big Pun in there. But for me, after hearing yours, it brought to mind where, to me, one of the GOATs, one of the top 5 is always going to be Rakim, man. I'm amazed I totally fucking, only because I feel like without Rakim and without Rakim's style, we would still be on a hip, a hop,
You're
a hip, it
absolutely
did a
right.
hip. And without Rakim doing a complicated rhyme style, I don't think we would be
Absolutely
where
right.
the 90s hit. So,
And like I said, if you're going to put Rakim, you need to put Guru.
but
Because
where
they're both
we had that
at the same
discussion,
time,
it was
baby.
Rakim and Big Daddy Kane. And Big Daddy Kane had a flow, but it was more of a finesse, sensual flow that women kind of liked and drew to, where Rakim was just raw, gritty, and if you
Go out
notice,
and listen
he
to
doesn't even
other-
really cuss in
No, he
none of his
doesn't.
rhymes.
No, he doesn't.
So that's a straight lyricist
Go out and
himself,
listen
just
other
to
Big Daddy
fucking.
Kane shit, though.
What, Big Daddy Kane?
Oh yeah, he's got more shit than just what was commercial and what you heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's fair to say though that Rakim is the one who said, like, you know, you're talking about Big Daddy Kane had more shit than what was commercial, what was heard. Rakim was the first one that came out with that style and said, "This is all I do. I just do it like this. If you're gonna fuck with me, you gotta fuck with this style 100% completely. These other cats might switch it up, but this is what I think the flow is."
Yeah.
And to Rick's point, which I totally agree with, man, like, to me, Rakim, I know I didn't put him in my top 4, you know, because I'm talking about like MCs and I have to evaluate everything.
Yeah.
And also, you know, we all have different opinions because, like, even if you were born 4 or 5 years before or after somebody, that could really shift your window. So that's what I love about these lists, that they're all subjective, right?
Yes.
But to your point, though, Rakim was the gatekeeper to what we know as the flow, to have flow.
Yeah.
He was the gatekeeper because you're right. Before that, it was like super one syllable at a time.
Yeah, it was
And
always
now-
ending the rhyme at the end of the rhyme.
And now no rapper today, no disrespect to those rappers of, you know, Run DMC, early 80s and shit, but now no rapper today would ever touch that flow. They would never try that. They would never try to incorporate that and be like, oh, I'm a rapper and I rap like Run DMC, you know? That's the old way. Rakim is the gatekeeper.
I watched
to the
an
new
interview with Rakim, and he said he used to draw lines in the paper.
Yeah.
And every time he got to that line, he was rhyming a word. So how bad of a fucking MC do you got to be where you're just writing and you're like, oh, I got to rhyme again. Oh, I got to rhyme again.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? That's how Am came up with Am style. But when it comes to Rakim, man, I got to give it to him because, like I said, he was the gatekeeper. And he was the first MC with $1 million deal. You know what I mean? Before that, nobody was that nice where they were like, we've got to give him at least a fucking 7-figure check.
Yeah.
So it's still pretty much street.
So,
Like you were just rhyming against the other guy that was across the street from you.
Right. He just brought in the new style. The new, you know, because that style is undefeated. Like even the new shit that we've evolved into, that no. You have rappers from that golden era that are looking at that and being like, bro, like that's, you know, you're not showing me anything. You know what I'm saying? Like the flow has got to be, you got to present me with something. Like, give me something to hang on to. The Migos, it sounds dope. Like the new shit, Migos and stuff like that, it sounds dope. Like I'll bump it in my car. I'll bump it in my car.
Jesus, don't say that.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm trying to like have a good time and get ready. But when I'm just chilling, contemplating at the house, I'm not playing Migos, you know? Because I want to hear the flow. Give me that Rakim shit. Like, you know, massage my mind with that shit, you know?
When you're getting ready to do stand-up, do you because I used to put headphones in and then feel something. Is there something you get ready
Bro,
to?
I'm going to be 100% real with you. The only music I listen to, if I'm going to like deliberately listen to music before stand-up, is what I typically listen to when I'm just chilling. And that is Erykah Badu.
Nice.
Erykah Badu is she speaks to my soul directly, bro. I love Erykah Badu on everything. And that's really what I listen to. I love hip-hop. Hip-hop is like an activity. For me, Erykah Badu is just like a vibe, you know?
One of the best concerts I've ever been to.
Erykah Badu?
Mm-hmm.
I've never had the
Paramount.
privilege
Paramount.
to go to one.
When
I
she
think he
was
started
dating
rapping
Common,
just because he thought that's how he was going to get to it.
It's Erykah Badu, yep.
It was when she was dating
That's all
Common
she
and she
fucks
brought
anyways.
Common on stage. Which, again, I tell you, was she the Kim Kardashian of rap?
Yeah.
You know, but you know what though? I would love for Erykah Badu to ruin my life. That's how much I love Baduism.
Her voice?
You know, I love her.
Oh,
Come on.
My favorite song of hers all time is the live version of Yayo. Have you ever heard this? YouTube it. Yayo live. Everybody at Yayo live, and then just close the door, turn off the wind, turn off the lights and shit. Just listen to that shit, bro. It's beautiful. So that's what I fuck with Erykah Badu right before comedy.
our cake cutting song was Erica Badu.
It's beautiful, man.
I'm
Good call,
in
Doug.
orange moon.
Good call. Yep.
Oh no, that was my call.
Okay, good call on you. Well, good call to agree with
I'm
that.
kind of mixed feelings on the Erica Badu because, like, when I met my kid's mom, she wouldn't give me the time of day in the beginning, so I bumped Next Lifetime.
Right. Maybe we'll be butterflies.
And then I got with her, and now I wish I would have just.
Now you wish you could skip to the next lifetime, huh? Now you wish you could just fast
I
forward to that
got
motherfucker.
mixed feelings there. Sorry, son.
Boy Charlie Murphy, my main man Rick James. That's the one you think, the comedian Rick James. Get up.
I can't hear my neighbor crying, I can't breathe.
Please hit the subscribe button down low so you can see all new clips, all new episodes coming to you.